Hello and welcome, this is Melskinner, and we're back with some more of the MegaCorp DLC of Stellaris. And at the end of the last video, I talked about getting into the ship designer and making some changes. One of the things I want to change is the name of the class of ships. I have to turn this off first, though. It's going to go along a theme. It'll take some time for you guys to see that theme, because I'm going to need more classes to name things, but we're going to call it the Toll class. And probably we'll also want to make some changes. Like, for example, we only have mass drivers, but there may be an advantage in taking the lasers as well, because mass drivers do bonus damage to shields, but have reduced damage against armor, whereas lasers the opposite. So having both could have an advantage. Now, damage-wise, there's probably a slight difference, so we may have lost a little bit of damage per tick, but that's okay. We do have an empty system here. Reactor booster, which is going to give us some power generation. We'll take that. And we do have the improved thruster, so it's really good that we're getting in here as well. And as far as deflectors or shields, I guess I'll just go with the one deflector. That's fine. So we'll save this class. That will create two classes. I do want to get rid of this other one. Oh, that's right. We're building ships, though. So let's get in here and go to the shipyard and get rid of those. Now I can make the change that I ultimately want to make, which is get rid of this old computer generated class. Okay. Now let's build the two old class ships. We also want to take the old fleet, which we have 3 ships, and upgrade them to the new standard, which is going to cost us another 42 alloy. I may reduce that ship construction down to just 1 then, because I do want to keep some around so I can build another outpost. So, clicking on the wrong thing. There we go. So we'll have 4 ships, and we'll see how much better these are combat-wise. 125. See if they improve at all with the upgrade. It will take time, though. What we need to do, we need to do that. Oh, construction ship's not doing anything. Well, we already talked about building an outpost here, so I'll go ahead and do that. Because we're going to want to colonize this. And we also get the strategic resource. And then really, this is probably the next place we're going to want to go. And I'm just going to have to eat that influence cost. Unless we find another alternative. Well, let's have it come down here nonetheless. Okay. So we'll see if that improves my combat strength at all. It's not going to be major. But the extra power should be important. Also, we do have better thrusters. So it went up to 138. Yay! Not sure if I'm going to keep calling this the Anchor, but for now, I'll keep it that name. We still technically don't have a trade route to speak of. But just not a lot of trade resources out on the map. My other playthrough, the resources were a lot more abundant and had a lot more trade resources to take advantage of. How are we doing with the survey of the system?
Complete.
Okay, our ship is done, so we're now up to 184. Impressive. I think I can upgrade the fleet as well.
Market outlier identified.
Yeah, leave B for now. I missed which system that was in. How's this system looking? A lot of bodies in here. Hopefully it will get a lot of resources.
Upscaled.
So far. Okay, 184. Now they changed all to the toll class they have. Alright. Good.
A system has been surveyed.
Alright, so we fully surveyed this. There is that anomaly though. So let's grab the science ship, and you're right nearby. Go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, it's saying difficulties routine at this skill level. What level are you at? Level 2? Okay. Oh, we have another one over here. We'll just go ahead and queue that. Take care of both. There was 2 anomalies in this system. Alright, well hopefully that is more resources, because we really could use more resources. Once this ship's done surveying here, I'm going to send it over this way. And then this ship... Not really sure. Maybe we should just keep going up this way. We're not surveying over this way, which could be a problem, but... Hey, some science! I'm really hoping that...
Upscaling complete.
Okay. So... let's get the resources that are in here. Now, we can't do anything with this yet, because we don't have the station. There's going to be minimal that our construction ship here is doing. I may just have to bite the bullet and take the extra influence cost. The problem is I don't have the influence right now, so this is probably as much expansion we're going to do for the meantime. And I'll probably instead just focus on improving my planetary system. Once we hit certain population points, we'll unlock more of these buildings. But also we're going to want, you know, more districts and other things, depending on where we are with our production. We could go with the colony ship. That's going to require 200 of 3 different resources: consumer goods, alloys, and food. So that's probably what I'm going to wait for while we wait for our influence to tick up here. I mean, that is why we put an outpost in this system, after all. And then I may just have the construction ship hang out over here.
Outlier identified.
Alright, we'll leave that be for now. But it's good to see. Okay. Oh, I'm going slow. I apologize for that. Speed these things up to make up for it.
Upscaling complete.
Okay, so the construction ship doesn't have anything to do, sadly. So I'm just going to have it go into orbit here. So we have something for it to do. Okay, swirling shadows. Immense ragged planes of shadow drift across Baronic 4's face. They are cast not by clouds, but by sheets of organic material drifting through the upper layers of the atmosphere, hinged or rather jointed to allow for a small degree of articulation. Science officer so-and-so is as yet unwilling to say whether these things are flora or fauna, or what possible purpose, if any, their elaborate shadow casting might serve. So there's some science here. Well, that's still good. It is resources of some type, making the system more attractive. Now what we could do is I could come in and we could investigate this. 500 society research. I'll go for it. We do get some influence if we succeed, so that'll allow me to continue to expand. But I might be willing to come in here, because this is looking better and better in here. What is the anomaly in here? There's a surface beacon. Yeah. Well, I'm not sure what that's going to be, necessarily. Now, one thing that we can do if we're ever short on resources, we do have exactly the resources I'm looking for, though, which is to build a colony ship. We're going to be doing that. I didn't really look at this planet, though. Take a look at it. So habitability is 80%, which is fine. It's only got one blocker, which we can't currently clear, but it's not a big problem. And we do have one rare planetary feature. Bubbling swamp, max gas extraction wells. Okay. Interesting. Alright, so this is likely we're going to pop in here, and these are the different districts we can expect. And the blockers affecting one of our agricultural districts, but that's fine. A lot of city districts, potentially. I mean, we compare that to Goroth over here. We only have 14, potentially, but we still have a blocker. Speaking of which, we should probably clear that. Now, one thing that has been added in is the market. So what I was saying is if we do need a certain resource, I could trade to get it. Alloys are probably going to be expensive, but just as an example, let's go into the market. And I want alloys. And let's say, yeah, see, these are the prices here. So they're being sold for, you know, one for 520. So that's pretty expensive. Whereas minerals, on the other hand, are much cheaper. Okay, we got another tradition available. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead with, what do we got here? Upkeep and district upkeep. Yeah, I'm going to go with this one. Districts and their build costs reduced. How are we doing with population growth here? Pretty good. We almost have a population out yet. Okay. Now, does it say what affects the growth? Not that I see. Just saying how much we're getting a month. Alright. Well, we have 6 excess housing, but as I said, certain districts will give housing as you build them. Now, I can be patient here. Yeah, I think the next place we're going to expand is here. Then I don't know if I'm going to go here or not. We'll have to see. How are my science officers doing? Both at level 2, but how close are they to leveling up? They still have a ways to go, unfortunately. Now the one has a experience.
Upscaling complete.
Oh, no, I did the okay. Crashed ore freighter. After identifying an anomaly in the gravity well of such and such, the MCPS so-and-so has discovered the shattered wreckage of an ancient ore super freighter buried deep within the asteroid's crust. It must have carried a full load when it crashed, and the asteroid's mineral wealth has been revised accordingly. So yeah, that has made this area much more valuable. So this is definitely a place that we need to get to. All right, so both of our scientists finished what they were doing at more or less the same time. No, I apologize. That's a construction ship. That guy's still surveying. Okay. So we could go up this way. If we're going to expand to here, which is very likely at this point, definitely I want to go up this way then. So we'll survey over here. We do want to meet more aliens as well, because it's better to trade with somebody rather than just yourself.
Future market survey complete.
Okay. So we have finished the survey here. Our construction ship can now move in. We should have enough influence to do it. But we're lacking the alloys. Well, this is where that market comes in. You could buy it. So coming into the market. I'm just going to buy the 25, but watch the price when I do that. Notice how it got more expensive? So as you drop down the supply, you're going to drive up the price. But if I were to sell, let's say we sold some minerals because we don't want them. This is just as an example. But watch the price here to buy if I sell. Notice how it went down. I mean, makes sense, but that's just something to keep an eye on. Okay. So because you're done, let's at least have you do the anomaly real quick. And while we're doing that, construction ship's going to come in, build a outpost. Now you can see why alloys are so important, because I'm needing them a lot to do things out in space. The minerals are used for a lot of things too, like the different outposts and things, but there's only so many of those you can build, and you need to be able to control them before you can, which requires alloys. And you can build a lot of your buildings on your planet with minerals, but you only have so much population. So if I build a building that gets worked, I need workers to work it. Oh, speaking of workers to work it, I actually have an unemployed population. Alright, well I could build a special building, which I'm tempted to get this one. We'll get 2 manager jobs, which will turn consumer goods into unity, trade value, and society. That sounds really good. Trade value, obviously, we're about trading, so that's nice. But unity and society is also, at least society research, also sounds really good. And we're a corporate institution anyway, so corporate culture site, that sounds cool. So yeah, we'll go with this. It's not that expensive either, and it gives us 2 jobs. So we'll go with that. I may want to do more districts and things. For example, that didn't give me any housing, so we may run out of housing if I am not careful, but we'll keep an eye on that. Okay, moving along. Oh, also, yeah, we now have 15 districts because we removed that last blocker. Our colony ship is still being produced. So as far as my expansion ideas go... Okay, ancient survey marker. A small short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of MegaCorp 2A. It appears to be an ancient survey marker placed here eons ago to mark a large deposit of precious metals. The miners it was meant for evidently never arrived, as the deposit is still here. Oh wow, that's great. So this is actually a very good system now. Fantastic. All right, science ship doesn't have anything to do. What level are you? You're still level 2. So this anomaly at level 4, I think is still too difficult for a level 2 person. I mean, we could check that by clicking on it. Yeah, see, challenging. I think we're better off waiting. So let's just send you over here to survey. Because we already have control of this, so we probably want to know what's over here. Okay, let's continue. So this system is going to be really good for us on the mineral well side of things. I might build a little ahead of time over here. Again, building a city district does make sense because it gives us a clerk, which gives us not only trade value but amenities.
Upscaling complete.
So that could be good. But why? We'll go ahead and pay attention to this stuff here. So, as I tend to do, I'm going to build close to me first, and then I'm going to build further away, just for the efficiency of movement. Where is our other minerals? I guess this is the last of it. Nice and mineral-rich area. Very good. Okay, now we look like a Talon. Oh, I was gonna also queue up some stuff. I mean, we did just burn through a bunch of minerals. And it would cost us 400. I'll just save, because, I mean, obviously I can't afford that right now. An actual district would be cheaper. And have less energy upkeep. But we're gonna get 11 minerals. Probably wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of agriculture, as this planet is pretty good in that regard. Sure, I'll queue... No, even still, I should wait, because 240 and I only have 300, so we'll just wait. Be patient. Matter of fact, I hope you guys can be patient, because I'm going to wrap up the video here, so I hope you have enjoyed. This is MegaCorp, signing out.